What have we got here? Dear oh dear. Welcome to the man cave. Let the games begin. So man cavers, we have just got back from the Woodford Auto Jumble. This is the PB8 I was telling you about, which is seized solid. It does have the water jacket cap on, which is very good because I don't have one of them. That's a nice little touch. That'll go on my PB8. Now if you remember, if you've been following the channel, this is stuff I took, which is unsold stuff. We did take the van as well, but a lot of the stuff out of the van did go. So we have come back with less than we took, which is good. But this is what I mainly went for, where I met that great guy who had this for sale on the old Face Space. And we got this, yeah, we got it back. So I know nothing about it, apart from it's seized up. It has a good exhaust on it, which I'm hoping I can use on the old PB9, because that's got one was broken. But yeah, I did notice, I knew some bits were missing. I knew the tank was missing, I knew the mag bracket was missing, and I knew the mag was missing. But we have half a carb. The only thing really missing is the float and the little mesh on the top. It's not a big deal. But here's the block. Now I want to see if the big end is any good. Now I've noticed there hasn't been any bolts in them crankcase. Let's move these wheels. Go on, bugger. There's a bit got wedged in. Go on. Right, I've noticed that these crankcase bolts, look at the cobwebs in them. In fact, there's cobwebs all over this engine. Them crankcase bolts haven't had bolts in them for what looked like a considerable amount of time. And I want to see what it's like in this crankcase. She's sealed up with cobwebs at the minute. Let's go get a pry bar and we'll see if we can get that back door off there. We ain't got a pry bar, but I've got my set of screwdrivers. Let's see if we can get this door off. I ain't got the camera in a tripod today, so we're doing this video freehand. So I want to do it live so we can see what's in that crankcase. Place your bets. Is it going to be spotlessly clean and nicely oiled in there and everything nice shiny metal? Or are we going to have a book of disasters? So will this door come off? Of course, she's a bit tight. Of course, she ain't been off there a long time. Loose that end. Alright, I think that... Can I do this one-handed? Oh! God, she's stuck at the bottom. God! Aha! Let's get this. God, that pickup tube is steezed in. Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that in there. Cobwebs. Whatever's this? Dirt. Even a woodlouse in there, look. See the little old woodlouse? Cobwebs. There's Mr. Woodlouse. Christ, he's cutting about in there. Well, this is what we're like in the crankcase. This old girl hasn't ran in years, and if you're wondering, this is a 1928. So this is what, 92 years old, this engine. But all I want, yeah, and it feels like it's tight. It don't feel like there's any play in that big end. So that big end bearing is all I've bought this engine for. So crack these two nuts off, take them out, and I'm hoping we're going to find that big end shell will be fine. But we won't be doing that today because I've been out since 5 this morning, and to be honest with you, I want to be getting home. So all I'm going to do right now, good God, I really need to get the compressor in there and blow this out, because there's God knows what else in there. Spiders, oh look all the oil, where the oil tube comes. There's everything in there. What I really want to do is I'm just going to squirt that with penetrating oil. So let me get the WD-40. We have better than WD-40. I have got my sprayer here, which I keep diesel in. Diesel is a very good lubricant. So let's give all this a spray in diesel and leave it for a couple of days. I really want to get all this in that cylinder there. We'll get this whole thing soaking in diesel, which is a very good lubricant. There you go. You know, even the camshaft don't look too bad. I wonder why this engine has sat there and got that dirt in it. So I want to try and get that piston out there and the con rod out and see how we're getting on. But at the minute that's just going to get a little squirt, and we'll come back in a couple of days and see if we can get this big end shell out of here, and if so, that'll save our PB8, and then we can have a first start of the old PB8 as well. So keep watching and we will be back. So quick update before I end the video. Sorry for the cut in, I was too impatient to see if we had the right bearing. Here's the old big end shell. This is the best one out of the old ones. What's our part number? We have 8PB, which we know it is, 227 GLA. Now let's compare that to our number on this one. 8PB 227 GLA. Let's do a side by side. Look at that. .227 GLA. 227 GLA. 227 GLA. So we have, yes, we have a pair of big end shells to save our other PB. All we got to do is spray this one off. I've soaked it in diesel about 10 minutes ago. We'll give him another little squirting. Just let the diesel work right through this, and I'll leave that overnight, and we'll see if we can get any form of movement on it. I say I've had about, I don't know, 10 minutes since I've done the last video, and already I can see that diesel has actually crept down between that piston and bore. So I have a feeling that's where she seized up. I just hope it ain't got seized in there, but I don't think so. I can't feel any play in that big end shell at all. So I'm hoping she'll free up. I mean, she was sea solid. I have lifted it up on some blocks of wood since the last video as well, so the diesel runs down a skosh and get in the back there. There you go. So it looks like our part number 8PB227GLA. 8PB227GLA. Look at that. We have the appropriate size big end shell. Ah, such relief. So that is definitely it now. And yeah, next week I promise you we'll have that bearing out of there, pull my old PB out of the shed, which has been in there years with a knackered big end, and we'll try and get this thing reassembled. I will try and get the entire piston, conrod, get the entire assembly out of this engine, and if that's in good condition, I'll just slide the whole lot in my old engine. If not, I will just use that Babbitt bearing and be done with it. Because there's nothing really wrong with my original conrod, but you know, them bearings are matched to that conrod, so if that piston's good and I can get it out easily, that means we've got to get this whole engine off the trailer, get the head off. I have just whipped the spark plug out as well. Get the head off, and we'll see if we can tap that piston right out, give her a good clean up, and slide it in our new engine. But we'll see. Right, I'm definitely going. And bye-bye for now.